That was the call from the walk-off touchdown run by Josh Jacobs, Week 12, against Seattle on the Seahawks, a game in which you just had an absolute monster game, crazy game for the NFL, crazy game for fantasy football. Was the second best fantasy game by a running back this season. Joe Mixon's 5-touchdown game being the number one. And what was crazy about that game is you were questionable on Friday coming into that game. Like, people were wondering, is Josh even going to be able to go? And then you go out and you carry the ball, like, I don't know, 700 times.
Yeah, man, it's crazy. So I had strained my calf. I had like a grade 2 strain on my calf on Friday, no contact, literally just running. So, you know, coming in, I didn't know if I was going to play or not. But, man, it was a dude as soon as you come right out the tunnel with a sign. I guess he's like a known heckler, you know, but it was a dude with a sign. And I read the sign, and I was like, thank you, I needed that today. And it just kind of turned me up, and it just went from there.
There you go. So we can blame the heckler.
Yeah, blame the heckler. Thank you very much. Lots of highlights from the season. Was that run against Seattle, is that the one that you remember most?
Probably, just because, you know, it was overtime. It was a late-night game, and, you know, Seattle, the atmosphere there is crazy, you know, just to be able to be in that atmosphere and, you know, see a lot of the guys that, like Marshawn and them that came to the game. It was definitely a big game, big run.
Josh, I owe you an apology. I want to look you in the eyes, man to man, and apologize to you, because in the preseason, what I said is like, listen, I know Josh Jacobs has been a great fantasy running back throughout his career, but I'm nervous. Josh McDaniels likes to use multiple running backs. I don't think he's going to use Josh Jacobs in the passing game the way Jacobs has been used in the past, because they got Amir Abdullah.
Yeah.
They didn't pick up his fifth-year option. It feels like this new regime, for whatever reason, doesn't believe in Josh. I said, I think you guys should fade him. I don't think you should draft him where he's being drafted. And so first off, I want to apologize to you because I was wrong, and I want to congratulate you on making me look stupid and making everyone that doubted you look stupid. How much of that, not my dumb stuff, but how much of the contract stuff initially with the Raiders and some of the talk and buzz around you that, hey, maybe Josh's time with the Raiders is coming to an end, how much did that motivate you for winning the NFL rushing title this year?
Yeah, man, you know, coming in, I can say I really like not picking up the fifth-year option. That didn't really make me like feel away or nothing like that. But that Hall of Fame game, you know, when I played in that Hall of Fame game, that kind of like made me feel some type of way, you know. And that was probably the moment where I was like, okay, yeah, now I'm doing everything I can, you know, to just do what I do and, you know, and go about it the right way and, you know, show to these guys who I am, you know, and things like that. So, man, that was probably the time that really just like made me step into a whole different mode.
Yep. Josh, feels weird to ask you about any areas for improvement, given you just won the rushing title and were the best running back in the league. But is there anything in particular you're going to work on in the offseason? Yeah, man. I mean, just the all-around knowledge of the game, you know, whether it's studying coverages or studying, you know, blitz pickups and blitz patterns and things like that. And, you know, and also I feel like I had a great year, but I also feel like I left a lot on the table, which is, I know it might be crazy to say, but I feel like it's so much more that I could do. So that's probably what I'm just trying to you know, go into next year, try to stack the years and, you know, come out with a better year next year.
Josh, you're here with us today, courtesy of FedEx. Why have you decided to work with FedEx? What's going on there? Yeah,
so I just found out this morning, actually, that I'm the NFL FedEx Ground Player of the Year.
Yeah, you are.
Congratulations.
You know, so that's dope, man. But, man, you know, they donated $20,000 to HBCU of my choosing. And I decided to go with Langston University. It was actually one of the first colleges that I ever been to, you know, growing up, like 5th grade, 6th grade, the first college that I ever, you know, got to be on the campus and experience the food and experience, you know, the culture and things like that. So, man, it's definitely a big honor to give back to them. And, you know, they're 40 minutes from the crib, so it's definitely a big honor to give back to them.
Yep. Last one for you from me, Josh. A lot of big-name superstars on the Raiders, yourself, Devontae Adams, Darren Waller. Is there someone under the radar that you think the people should really look out for next season?
Man, I feel like there's a lot of guys. I feel like there's a lot of guys that don't get a lot of attention. You know, I don't think Matt Collins get a lot of attention for what he does, you know, in our offense. And what he does, like, not only catching the ball, but, you know, blocking too, you know, and playing special teams and being one of the guys on special teams too. I feel the same way about Amir. I think when Amir got his chances, you know, to start returning the ball, he started doing some crazy things at the end of the season. Man, and he's just a great guy to be around, man, dope teammate. But, man, I can say a few guys.
Okay. No, I like Matt Collins. He made some big plays, really good hands. We only have 45 seconds left, so real quickly, who wins on Sunday?
Man, I can't go against, the Bama Ties, man. I'm going with the Eagles 28-24.
There you go. Fly, Eagles, fly. Hey, it's Matthew Berry from NBC Sports and RotoWorld.com. Just want to thank you so much for watching what you just watched, or at least being too lazy to click out of it after the autoplay just kept it going. So either way, thank you so much for just letting it scroll by your screen. And now I'd like to ask you respectfully, okay, please subscribe to the NFL on NBC YouTube channel for the latest NFL news, fantasy headlines from RotoWorld, and betting analysis from NBC Sports Edge.